so used to your logo, so it's good to see your face.
This is a first for me, so I'm really nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. We're pretty nice. Dee, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out.
Oh,
Hello.
there she is.
Don't be nervous.
Hey,
Easier
guess
said
what?
than done.
Guess what? I'm not big.
We're all the same size.
We're all in the same squares. I'm so happy. I don't have to be big today.
I love it.
I love
And
not being
anytime
big
we've-
square.
Anytime we've done this, Willa, Kim's square is always like the big.
I'm like the big square.
Aww.
I don't like being big square. It's not
No,
my
you're a little
favorite.
square kind of gal.
Yeah. Well, especially when everyone else is little square. Like, I don't want to be the only one big square. Hey, Berna. I want a taco. Will you bring me one?
Taco sounds so good. Oh,
I just went on a little bit early because I wanted to give anybody a chance to find us if they wanted to. But,
yeah.
how are you, Dee Dee?
Good. I am now. Let me share everything.
How was your
It's
week?
It was good. It was real good. It's flipping snowing.
Yeah,
I'm over the cold.
I heard I heard that your spring is drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
A super drunk. Here, let's. It's now snowing again. Oh, that's so funny. You're funny, life.
It's still
You're a funny
it's still flipping 80 degrees here, so whatever.
I don't know if you see the
No.
little specks of
my
of
God.
white.
No, thank you.
It's very hot here. It's very
We need to
hot.
get your ass to Texas stat.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
How-
It's a long plane ride.
Well, hopefully one day she'll actually live here. I'm manifesting it.
Manifesting it.
We're manifesting
New
the
Now, if people don't know, Willa lives in New Zealand, and you are in the
Yes.
future, correct? It is Saturday.
Yes, it's 12 o'clock on Saturday right now. Yes.
12
And
o'clock.
we are leaving summer. We're going into autumn.
Yeah, it's like
That's so
flip-flop. Yeah.
Yes.
One of my friends is in Australia, and it always cracks me up because we're flip-flopped, and it's like, in the wintertime there, it's summer here, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it throws me off completely.
Yeah, and Christmas is like you wear shorts and dresses and you don't do the sweater thing and everyone goes to the beach and yeah.
I
We
would
still
hate
do
that.
Christmas. I get asked if we do Christmas, but yeah, we still do Christmas. It's just summer.
It's just hot.
And sunny and hot.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Willow? Sometimes in Texas at Christmas it's still like 70 or 80 degrees too. So
I
You
don't
never
know
know.
what is that in Celsius? Because I don't know what that is.
okay, so
Is it like
gosh, I don't
20
know. Is
degrees?
it like in the 30s? 40s?
No way. I think 30s is like
Uh,
90, 100-ish.
Okay, so 20s
Maybe.
probably. Yeah.
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 Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad. It's just not cold.
Yeah. No, we like that. We like that.
Yeah. No, it's not bad. Well, okay, I guess we're all here. So, Willa Kade, we're so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us and having tea with us.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you to Dee for inviting me, honestly.
Of
Yes.
course.
He loves you. So your book just came out, what, 5-6 days ago? A week ago?
Yeah, a week
Yeah,
ago
a week
today,
ago.
actually.
Yeah. How's
Yeah,
it going?
A week ago today. Good. I don't know what I was expecting though. That's the thing. I feel like as a first timer, you never know
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be or how you're
Yeah.
supposed to feel or anything like that. But I decided to release it on my birthday, so I had two
Aw.
different things happening at the same time.
I love that.
But I think it's going good. I mean, it's out, right? I did it. It's out.
As
Mhm.
as long as you feel good, that's all that matters. Like,
I
you're
don't know how to feel about it. So I'm just like, it's out. I did it. It sucked. like in the middle of it, it really sucked, and I was like, can I do this or should I do this? And then you read all these other books, and you're like, I don't think this is for me. And then I don't know, Delulu is the Delulu, right? So I was like, just do it, girl.
No, yeah.
Just do it.
Like, I mean, we all have to be a little bit delusional to do the things that scare us. I mean, that's kind of, that's kind of part of it. So yeah, I think go for it. And I mean, it sounds like a really great story. So would you give us a little bit of a synopsis of, like a spoiler free, like what Ashspire is about?
Yeah, so it's about this girl, and she it is an accident, honestly. She accidentally kills 3 people, and she only feels bad about one of them. And then she's in this village, and the village of men decide that she's just not it anymore. So they send her to a place called the Ashspire, which is a volcano through the forest and stuff like that. And the intent is that she'll die. But when she gets there, she doesn't realize that the Ashspire is already occupied by an elder aspect who is a dragon shifter, but he was essentially made from the magma in that volcano. And in his area, he is pretty hot. Sindreth is pretty hot. In his area, he got exiled because he saw women suffering and decided to help. And to everybody else in the council, that was a treason. So he got exiled, and basically he had to wait until that ember that he gifted came back to him, and that was the only way that he could get out. And what initially started as I'm going to sacrifice you and free myself turned into basically fuck these hoes and we're just going to do it. Yeah, and that's just what happens.
I love it.
There's lots of spice, and there's lots of overcoming trauma and discussing trauma and letting yourself feel vulnerable. And then at the end of it, she basically is just like, actually no, I'm here, I got chosen, I've got a voice, I'm going to use it, and if you don't like it, well, too bad.
I love that.
Basically, in a nutshell.
That sounds like a great story. And I looked it up before we came on, and so it's not super long. It's like a little over 200 pages, right? So easily, I could read that in like 2 days. So like, I'm gonna read it. I'm excited.
Yay! Thank you.
I don't have much time to eyeball read things anymore, just because of everything we've got going on. But yeah, I looked at it and I was like, 200 pages? I can do that in a day. I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do it.
I'm so mad that Amazon was late today because I wanted to have my physical copy so I could put it in the video.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm so mad that
because I got one for you.
I'll have two.
Package.
I can have my own little harem of your books. So I got to would it be alpha read or beta read your book?
You basically read every single version that I had.
Yeah. Yeah, I was her little gremlin on her shoulder, and I was just like,
do the
thing.
I didn't know that. Okay, so what did you think? Like, what were your thoughts about it? Like, where? I mean, I know you liked it, obviously, but like, like
Sindrath is daddy.
Daddy?
Oh, yes. Oh, God.
Fire daddy?
Yes.
He's hot.
Dragon daddy?
Mm-hmm. Shoot. He's gonna melt the snow that's coming in right now. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're getting a little hot over there, a little hot under the collar, my friend.
Oh, he's daddy. Well, not just that, but it's just like beautifully woven together, and just like the story takes you on this like just this whole event. Like it's just all of the feelings, all of the stuff. It just grabs you by the hand and is like, all right, let's go. You're gonna deep dive into this story and become like you're in it, and you can visualize everything. And Willa, you can
Willa's so excited.
but I'm just gonna she's like us, where we're very like, all right, let's do our job, or let's do the thing. And so compliments are hard, being like, yeah, look at the shit I did, woo! Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Willa's like us. So, Willa, you're about to get real uncomfortable, baby. I'm sorry. But her writing, I am honored that I get to look at stuff beforehand.
Mhm.
Like, I'm looking at 2 things right now. Is that okay to talk about them, Willa?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, I was going to talk
so-
about this because I read the synopsis for your next book, the one that comes out in June, and I was like, oh, girl.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
We are
So
very
Dee
excited.
has a copy of that one too.
Dee's so lucky.
Yeah.
I'm a cheat
I
code.
actually I don't know where that one came from, to be honest. Where the idea for that one came from. So I guess, I mean, as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of dolls in my background, but like my house is very sort of macabre and things like that. But yeah, the second one, I cried a lot. I've cried a lot writing that, and I don't quite know how far Dee is through it yet. But the other 2 people I've had that have read it have also bawled their eyes out about it.
Aww.
Yeah, yeah.
We love the
It
dark
hits
though.
you
We
in
love
the
we love a good dark
feels.
romance. So that's great. Yeah.
Yes. That one's not really like a romance as in, I guess, the traditional sense of a romance
Sure.
story. So it's more of a love story. But the intimacy is, the intimacy, I suppose, is just in the presence. It's just someone being there and someone seeing you and spending time with you. And
Love that.
for me, like I've read through it so many times and I love these characters, but for me, I think that it's still very romantic, even though there's only one single kiss in the whole story, and he touches her wrist and the back of her neck, and that's it. That's the only place that he touches her, and she basically grabs onto his pinky finger and holds it, and that's the only physical contact in the book. And I read through it and I'm like, oh my God, I want a man like this.
And girl, you went from like spicy dragon daddy to we're gonna hold hands in the next book.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the way it is, it almost reminds me of like the emotional intimacy of like Pride and Prejudice. But it has an even like deeper, because of what the character goes through. It's so freaking sad, and you just you feel it, and you just want to hug her and just be there for her. And then when this person comes in to the story, you're like, yes, she finally, like, oh my gosh, you feel it all. It's amazing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That sounds great. I mean, I love a good emotional ride. You know that. So I'm excited for you. I love Dee's book. Dee's one of my favorite authors, and we just happen to be friends, is what I always say. But what drew me to her first and foremost is her writing, and so the fact that she loves it makes me really want to read it. So yeah, big deal. That's a great. That's a compliment. A huge compliment.
She grabs you by the feels. She does the same. Yeah. She grabs you by the feels, and it's just like, it's just yes.
Yes. That one's a bit. Yeah, that one's really sad. But I don't know. There was something about it, and I just fell in love. And then I had made a sheet with Dee. We have this little accounting sheet, right, to hold each other accountable for our writing.
I love that.
So every month we kind of log what we've written for the day. And you can kind of see in the sheet where I picked up this idea and just ran with it, because there's just word. Like I wrote the whole book. I think it's 41,000 words, and I wrote it in 15 days. Because you were just inspired. Like it just hit you. Yeah, it wouldn't stop. And then like I would write one chapter and I'd be like, okay, so this is what's going to happen next, and then this and this. And when I started it, I started with this idea of this woman who deals with the dead, basically, or the dying. And then I had an idea of what I wanted it to end like. And I wanted it to end on heartbreak, basically. And then the whole middle bit was very much just whatever comes to your mind, we're just going to write it in. But yeah, I just started with this idea of what she was going to do, her character, his character, and then the ending. And that, it just, it fell out.
I mean, I just read that little synopsis of just her being with people as they're dying and then like kind of like taking on that energy. And I was just like, that is such a like interesting concept for
Yes,
a book.
yes, and
I was
interestingly, because
Mhm.
I had to write it, I started deep diving about it, and like the whole thing as it existed, back in the day,
Mhm.
was crazy to me that this sort of thing happened. I mean, it doesn't happen how I've written it, obviously, but
Right.
it still happened, and I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, these people that engaged in it would have just been treated probably the same way as my female main character is treated.
Hmm. Kind of like
And it's
pariahs of
not good. She's
society.
not
Kind
treated
of,
well.
yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. That's amazing. Yeah, I was looking and I was reading about Ashspire and I was like, and then I saw you had another book coming out and I read that little synopsis and I was like, whoa, this is so interesting to me. And it just shows a range for you because you obviously can go from something that is like this kind of super like spicy, paranormal, fun, juicy goodness to
Mm.
something that's really deep and dark and, really thought provoking, which is so cool because we love authors that can, going from different directions. So I love that.
Yeah, well, I
I'm
just,
super excited.
just try it on. You just try it on and see how it feels and how it fits. And I mean, the next one that I've got that Dee is reading now, and she sent me a message this morning about chapter 10. That is completely different as well. Like that's just completely
See?
different. And it's literally just that that one, I feel like that one is really spicy. I feel like that one is spicier than
Mhm.
Ashspire.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I've read all of these books with these tropes and these characters and the way that things are, and I was like, what happens if I just flip it? So in this one,
We love that.
my female chick is an underground fighter, and she's the one that's pierced, and she's the one that has her fuck it moment, and she's the one that like goes after people, and she instigates actual like full on fights with people, and she's got no issues about holding people up, and I just yeah, I love it. I love it, and I love writing.
Yeah. I mean, we
I guess
love,
strong.
yeah, we love reverse tropes. We love flipping, society on its head. I mean, love it. Bring it. Give me all of it. I love it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I really enjoy writing strong women that kind of don't really care and don't
Yeah.
have these issues that I guess society feels like women need to have issues about. So yeah, my character in that one, she's written as strong. So she's like clearly muscular. She's got tone on her, like because I don't care. She's gonna be a fighting mummy and I don't
She's a
care.
badass. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
I love that. So this is your first book, but what made you want to write? Like, have you always been a writer? Did you write when you were young? Like, what's your origin
No, so
story?
when I was little, actually, I used to draw.
Mm-hmm.
I used to draw a lot, and I did that actually. I was a digital artist for that was my job quite a few years ago, and I've shown Dee a couple of the images that I have done, and now like I could never do that now, but I was actually scrolling Facebook and I saw this like Christmas in July writing challenge thing, and I paused on it, and then I was like, nah, maybe not. And then I came back around to it, and I was like, why not? Like, just try, right? Just try. What have I
Yeah.
got to lose? So this was about a year after I started arc reading, and I had obviously read Dee's book, and I fell in love with Everett, and I just like took it and ran. And so we had a month in July. I think it was JL Sky, maybe. Is she the one that writes my soul for a donut? Is that her? There's a
I
book.
would
It's
have to
called My
Google
Soul for a
that.
Donut.
I would
It's
have
called
to
My
Google
Soul for a
that.
Donut. But she's in Australia, and she actually started this. And so
Mm-hmm.
I put my name down alongside all these other people, and I had a goal, and it was going to be 20,000 words. And to me, 20,000 words when I'd never written was like, that's a lot. I'm not
Yeah.
going to reach that. And halfway through the month, I got 10,000 in, and this was my very first draft of Ashspire. And and I got 10,000 in, and I thought, I absolutely hate everything about this, and I deleted the whole thing. Like, I saved nothing. I deleted the whole thing, and then I was like, well, that. When I calmed down, obviously, and got out of my feels, I was like, that's a stupid idea. I could have saved something from that. So I started again halfway through. I just started again, and I hit my 20,000 goal word count. I passed it, and then I just kept writing and kept writing and kept writing. And when I first actually finished Ashspire, my first draft was only 38,000 words. That was it. And then I went back through it. I sent it to Dee. And then I went back through it and I was like, I don't really like this. So then I went back and read Hearts Held by Barbed Wire, and I was like, okay, I know what I'm missing. A whole lot of conversation. Like, there was no conversation in this.
Yeah.
There was nothing. They didn't really interact. They didn't
need
do
a
anything.
dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, obviously, that's how relationships are built, and that's how we move things in life. We talk and all that sort of stuff. So I went back through, and then I think 38 turned to, what am I at now? 60, 69 or so. Once I actually was like, let's make these people talk, let's make them chat.
Amazing what happens when people talk to each other.
Yeah. So it just exploded. And then, it's just gone from there, basically. But it started with just a writing challenge. Just jump in, have fun, and see what happens.
That's amazing. So, like, you're literally just a natural talent who went, I think this sounds like fun, and just decided to write a book.
Yeah. Oh, well, I wouldn't say natural talent. I mean, I'm autistic, so naturally I give big, long spills about just anything. So I just sort of went, you know what? What's the worst that happens if you try?
Yes, but I'm going to agree to disagree with you here, because let me just go ahead and throw out that there is no way that I could write a 60,000 word book just anytime I decided to. So I think you should give yourself a little bit of credit for being able to create and craft a story. Not only that, but then take criticism, pull it in, and completely rework that story, not once but twice, and then put it out into the world. That is exceptional. That's something that not a lot of people will do or can do. So give yourself credit for that. Yeah.
I think I've got a lot of time on my hands, honestly.
No, you don't.
I mean, I do. I mean, I have a 9 to 5, but like, I don't have children. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have the pressure of, and authors that have children, I honestly don't know how you do it. I work with children every day. For me, it's not for me. Like, it's not for me. But I don't really have a whole lot of social life, and I organize my time religiously because I take deadlines very personally. Like, it's a personal offense to me if I can't meet my deadline.
Right.
So I time everything. I've got timers and planners, and but then once the hyper focus hits, you just, everything just sort of seems to come together. And then you come up for air 2 weeks later and you're like, holy shit, I've written this whole thing. And it's crazy. And what happened? Where did it come from? And then the next time you want to write something, your brain's like, offline.
Not yet. We're not ready yet. Yeah. Come back later. We're out to lunch.
It was so cool to see you go through the process as well, and like, oh, I wrote this much this day, I wrote this much this day, and to see you go through the process was super freaking cool. I mean, I don't care if I sound like a dork, because like, I remember also like feeling the feelings that you had when I first started, and then all of a sudden it was like, now you had these feelings, and I was like, no, don't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Don't you delete that. Don't you, back away from the computer right now. Go. Like, to see you go through it, and then to be able to like reassure you, felt very like, number one, honored. I was super honored to be able to be that person for you, because like, I wish I had somebody because I was like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. And then to touch upon, because the thing of the week has been imposter syndrome, and all three of us we have had it. We have all had imposter syndrome.
We'd be struggling.
Yes, and it is such a and the fact that you did the thing, and that's why I keep annoying you this week when I'm like, hey, you wrote a book. Hey, you did the thing. Because a lot of people, like you said, Kim, have either wanted to do a book or they wanted to do a podcast, and then they never hit the button because they're too scared, and you just dive in. And there's always going to be silly people.
And that's okay. Like I said, like I understand, like I'm not saying that because I feel like there's anything wrong with that. I understand that not everybody is in a position to do the things that scare them, but if you can, I give you so much respect for that.
Mm-hmm. And the both
I do
of
too.
you
I think you don't, like, even if it comes to nothing. Do you know what I mean? I just am very much like,
you did it for yourself.
I think it's 'cause, and a couple of years ago I had this thing with my husband, and we were like, you know what? We called it the year of trying, basically. So it was just things that we wanted to do that we had never done, but we wanted to try them. Let's just give them a go. Because, again, what's the worst that's going to happen? Maybe you decide it's not for you or you don't want to do it. And I've just kind of, since we did the year of trying, I kind of, one thing a year, I try and just try, you know? And then when I saw this, and I was like, part of me also was like, well, Dee's done it, and she's done another one, and she's done it. Surely if she could do it, I could do it.
And she's got like 5 more coming out before like
exactly. So, you know, she's like my goal, I suppose, is if she can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, someone else can do it. And the imposter syndrome does, when it rears its head, though, it rears its head really bad. And
I feel like it's worst when you're doing it, though. It's worst when you're actually succeeding, because it doesn't want you to go all the way to the end. And, you know, so I think it's a good sign. I think it means you're doing something right. If you're taking the time to, and having those feelings, and you're allowing yourself to feel those feelings, I feel like that means you're on the right track.
Yeah,
usually
100%. I think also living in New Zealand, we've got a really big thing about like tall poppy syndrome, is what we call it.
Okay.
So in New Zealand, there's this whole sort of culture. We don't really talk about it, but everyone knows it exists, kind of thing. Where if you start to get a little bit too much, people will just come and knock you down. So that kind of settles into you as well. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't do too much.
I don't want to stand out.
So I just need to bring myself down. And then it's just having that constant discussion with myself. Like, actually, no, you can. And you should. And if you do, it's okay. Like, you know, so what if a small little man feels insecure because I've gone and done, you know what I mean? But like, I know. What if you feel a certain kind of way because I've gone and done something? Like, I guess at the end of the day, you see the book, but then you don't see all of the labor that goes into the book and the money that goes into it. And,
absolutely.
You know, like, it's hard work, and we've done it. We've done it.
Yeah.
And so even with Dee, when she starts to feel a little bit hoo-ha, I suppose, I'm always like, no, stop, take a breath. You've earned it. It's okay. Like, celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself, girl. You know why? Because Bobby would. And I'm all about Bobby energy.
Bobby would.
I'm so about the Bobby energy. It's not even funny.
You know what?
Oh my God, yes.
We all need a little Bobby in us, that's for sure.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
In every way. In every way.
In every way.
Like, I'm not even joking. I've got my shirt on.
Bobby!
And it's my husband's favorite shirt. It's my husband's favorite shirt. Like, dude, I'll wear it, and he's like, okay, Bobby, so we're doing Chibi Bobby today.
But to me, Bobby has like bad bitch energy. Like, to me, Bobby is like the epitome of a strong woman, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he is everything that I would want to be as a strong. I mean, like he doesn't let anything bother him. He doesn't care what anyone thinks of him. He does whatever he wants. I mean, everyone should be Bobby, literally.
100%. Like I am until the day I die a Kenneth girl. Like I am a Kenneth girl. But right? Oh gosh.
You're speaking my language. Kenneth is
Bobby
my
is like that
man.
big. Yes, Kenneth is it. Oh god.
No, Bobby is my best friend. Kenneth is my man.
Yeah. Exactly. Like Bobby's the wingman that everybody wants.
Yes. No,
Kenneth
Bobby.
they're like, I'm gonna murder you, and Bobby's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I
And
feel
everyone's
like,
let me feed you first. Let me feed you.
yes. And let me feed your ego. I love that's we love Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
See, Myra, you know, the Kenneth love is real. Kenneth is everything.
Mm-hmm.
I love him so much.
Myra knows all about Kenneth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I said, I love Bobby. We love Bobby's energy. We love him as a person. I feel like Bobby is D. Like I feel like there's so much of D in Bobby, and I've always felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
She knows it too. She knows it.
No, what's funny is like, so Scott finished House of Snow and Sin, and he was like, I said that a couple months ago, or I did this a couple months ago, and you put that
Myra,
in the
I'm
book. I
not
was like,
scared
I
to
did.
offend. Myra, I'm not scared to offend Dee. She knows. She doesn't. I'm gonna say it no matter what.
No, you gotta be deliberately trying, and even if someone's deliberately being a booger face, like I'm more offended if someone's rude to my friends. Then it's like
That's true. That's true.
But if it's me, I'm like, okay.
I can attest. I can attest to that for sure. For sure. Yeah, we could go on and on about Dee's books. We could have like a whole live just to talk about her characters.
But you will love Sindrath because he's got some daddy.
He got Kenneth energy.
He reminds me of Kenneth. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He's got Kenneth energy and just like, oh.
I mean,
I'm telling you, it's that you got the inspo for Sindrath. What do you think?
So Sindrath actually was born from, I don't know if anybody here has played World of Warcraft. Yes. So,
girl, we're nerds. What are you talking about? This is the biggest geek girl podcast ever.
Yes. So I started playing World of Warcraft when I was 17, right? I stopped playing when I was 31, which was 5 years ago. And that was because I had to. Otherwise, I was just going to lose my whole life.
Play forever.
But a really, really dark part of my life happened during the World of Warcraft Cataclysm expansion.
Okay.
And I fell head over heels. Oh, this is going to sound dumb. I fell head over heels in love with Deathwing. And he was it for me. Like, he
That's
was
hilarious.
It was the broken, broody dragon that just wanted the revenge because his mind had been so warped, and like to him that was the righteous thing. And I've held on to Deathwing my entire adult life. Like, and that is what caused me to write Sindrath, was just channeling Deathwing and how he saw things, and how when things happen, I just kind of was like, well, Deathwing and Onyxia, if they were people, what would they be like? And so, yeah, that's why he's very supportive and protective, but lets her do her own thing and make her choices. But I'm just going to be here, to help you if you want me to help you. But I'm not going to interfere. And that's honestly where it came from.
I'm obsessed. I am obsessed with that answer. That is amazing. That's so awesome. I love that so much. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I love those. I loved my husband and I played it together. We had 2 computers in the same room. I mean, I played it the whole time I was pregnant. have a 17-year-old. I played it the whole time I was pregnant with him. Like that is like some of the best memories like I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's just us
Mm-hmm.
playing together and having a good, I mean, like I love that's so cool. So I love that answer. That's so cool. So do you have a favorite part of Ashspire that just like is like really speaks to you that like yes you do.
Emotionally, emotionally, the part that I really liked was at the rock. It's not really rock pool, but like the rock pool part. So Seraphina ends up braiding Sindrath's hair, and as she's braiding it, she's telling him about her little sister, and her little sister is the one that died that she feels bad for. It's the only one that she feels bad for. But she's basically talking her trauma out while she's braiding his hair. And he just kind of stands in front of her and just lets her get everything out. And for me, that's the point where I was like, okay, all right, like this is him, and he's lovely, and he just, he allows her the space to get everything out, even if it's good, bad, whatever. And then at the end of it, he basically feels the braid and he's like, well, you've crowned me now, so this is it. Like, we're stuck together. It's you and me. I'm not taking it out. And
isn't that always it though? It's always, hey, wait. It's the quiet moments that when you can write a good quiet moment between characters and there's emotion behind it and it makes you feel something without doing anything. Those to me are some of my favorite moments in every book. And to me, that is a signature of a very good writer, someone who can make people feel things when really literally nothing is happening. Like she's literally braiding his hair and telling him a story.
Yeah,
like,
she is. Like that whole chapter, he doesn't say a word to her. It's all the dialogue is her. It's her backstory. It's what has happened in the past and how her sister, who's younger, was there for her, and would support her and things like that. And she's explaining that she would braid her sister's hair when she felt scared, and she would do these sort of little I know and she would do these little care things. And I realized after I had written it that that's something that I do day to day in my job. So because I work with children when they're feeling sad, it's just kind of a way of bonding. And it was so I wrote it as a way of bonding as well. So emotionally, that's one of my favorite scenes. If you want to talk spice, it's chapter 10. It's chapter 10 when he just decides to manipulate Lava and give her a gift. And I'll leave that one there. But it's
I will take
everybody should experience it.
I will take it.
Sometimes those scenes can be intimate, like even more intimate than like sexy scenes, like that emotional intimacy. And it's like sometimes those are even more, you're more drawn to because of that emotional level, the connection, the intimacy of that versus like, sexy time.
I agree completely.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And I love it when a character just lets someone sit in their story and doesn't try to give advice or take advantage of the moment or make it about them. They just let the person who's talking kind of sit in it and get it out and, really address what they're dealing with. And that to me is very intimate, like you were talking about. It's one of the most intimate things that you can read in a book a lot of times is those moments where people just kind of really just open their whole selves up to another character. So
and I think that's part of what makes it so good is that when even as people, when we're talking to people, we just want people to listen, right? So when you write those characters that are going through something and they're talking about it and then the other character just sits and listens, you're like, oh my God, that's beautiful. And then it adds in, which is yeah, that's what I wanted in that moment. And so I wrote it that way, and it's probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole book.
Hmm. Yeah, I think about I've said that before. It's like reading a book sometimes is an author getting to talk to you and you don't get to say anything back. You don't get to respond. You don't get to try to
Mm,
change their mind. You don't get to say, "Well, I don't like the way this is going," or "That's not what I would do." It's this is the story and I'm telling it to you and, you like it or you don't, kind of thing.
yeah.
And so that's the equivalent to me of those moments is when authors get to just kind of say, "This is my story, this is what I wanted to tell, and this is how I intended it. You take it however you want, but this is how I sent it out into the world." So I think that's that same energy, and I love that. I love that people get to express themselves without any feedback from the public or anyone who may have their own opinion about what you're writing or what you're saying. So
Mm, yes, 100%.
yeah. Do you I'm sure you haven't really had time to have any negative feedback or anything like that. Is that something that you're nervous about? Is it something that you No, good.
No, no. So I'm very much like I wrote Ashspire for me. I didn't, and there were times where I was going to change things and I was like, oh, well, this probably would work better if I did this. And then I had to take a step back and go, actually, I'm not writing for the market. And if I was, that's okay. Like, there are people that write for the
Yeah,
market. But
nothing wrong with that.
I just want to write the story that I want to write and the story that I want to read. So, and I think it's really important to sit in that and just write for you. So when I put it out, I was like, you know what, different strokes for different folks. Some people aren't going to like it, and some people haven't liked it. And that's okay. Like, that's
Hey,
okay, because I'm sure that there's things that they like that I would be like, no,
exactly.
no, you know.
Good,
But there's
good.
like, I've had a couple of uh, reviews, I guess, that have come in, and some people just don't really get it. Like I've had some people say, well, why does she not wear clothes? And I'm like, she's stuck in a volcano with a dragon. Why does she need clothes? And also, why does her lack of clothes make you feel uncomfortable?
Why
Like,
does it bother you so much?
so
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah, like that seems more of a you problem than a her problem or a me problem. Like, I don't, yeah, it is what it is. And I just kind of take everything as different strokes for different folks. But
That's
this book
right,
is
Jen.
mine. I wrote it for
I
me.
vote for no
And
clothes
that's what it
whenever I
is.
can.
Well,
Yeah, I
I'm not saying go out in public without clothes, but like you've got, anything that
yeah.
you feel negatively about or anything that you feel shameful about, it probably hasn't come from you, babe. It's come from
No.
someone else. So
And
that's
someone else's
yeah.
culture or something that's been forced upon you. And I mean,
Yeah.
can we talk about the fact that it's probably just freaking hot? Like you're
Yeah.
in a volcano. Like what?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Exactly, and I put a line in there as well. And she was like, "Well, what about my clothes?" And Sindrath pretty much turns around and he's like, there's bodies here that have been shaped by magic and they have feathers and wings and horns and all this sort of stuff. Like, your body's not going to matter. It doesn't matter. So I try and include things in there, honestly, that I think are a bit ridiculous. Like, I think it's a bit ridiculous to be, well, I need to wear clothes all the time and I need to do this and I need to look this way. Like, so I'm just like, no, actually, I'm just going to put this in and then I want you to sit with it
Yeah.
and think about why that matters.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's perfectly acceptable. I mean, to me, that's what books are for. I mean, obviously they're for entertainment. Obviously they're for, us to take ourselves out of reality and imagine and all that kind of stuff. But really and truly to challenge the norms is what books are really, really good at. And it helps us think outside of what we think is normal or right or whatever. And so I think any way you can challenge that normalcy of whatever it is that you think is weird, which I agree. I think sometimes, we take things that are supposed to be used as a necessity and make it into something that is a demand upon us rather than using it the way it was intended. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely something that could be challenged. So you obviously write stuff that's pretty dark sometimes. Do you have anything that triggers you or that you would not want to write about or anything that is taboo for you maybe?
Um,
It doesn't sound like it, but
Not really. I mean, for the most part, I'm happy to explore anything and everything. I mean, obviously there's some hard limits. So, yeah, almost all of the stories that I've written are almost all the stories that I've written don't have anything to do with children in them. Everybody is over 18 at the time because that's who my audience is intended for. So my
yeah,
books will probably never have things like pregnancies and stuff like that because it just adds a whole different dynamic. But in terms of like triggers and stuff, no, not really. I think it. I think part of it is that in the society that we live in today, like you see so much of people that eventually they just stop. You just stop freaking out about certain things. And I
unfortunately,
think
yeah.
that, yeah, and I think that if you're open to writing about it, talking about it, whatever, then it allows you the opportunity to explore it further and, get more context, more information, and different ways to, I guess, see the perspective, really.
100%. I
So
agree
yeah,
completely.
nothing is off the table. Everything is on the table at various points, and yeah, we go from there.
Yeah,
Heck
I
yeah.
love that. I love that. So what do you read? Are you a reader? Do you have favorite books or I know you love these books obviously, but
No,
like
she is the quickest reader I've ever met in my whole entire life.
it's funny.
It's
Yes,
like
I
a
read a lot.
superpower.
I read a lot.
Yes, I read a lot. So I still sign up for ARCs. Um, yes, I ARC read regularly. I'm on street teams, so I get things out as much as I can. But
Nice.
there's like Elliot Rose is a big sort of author for me as well, but that's also because she lives in New Zealand.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, so she lives down in Canterbury, and
Hmm.
New Zealand's not a very big country. Like we're what 5.4 million, I think, in the whole country.
Yeah.
So we're not very big and we're very geographically isolated. So I really like to hype up Kiwi authors as well because I'm like, you
Hmm.
guys are doing the thing and we're like this big and. But yeah,
Absolutely.
I collect books. I love collecting books.
I
So my
love it.
husband actually is in our shed right now building me a bookcase to put in my room because I've got
I
stacks of books on the floor.
I love it. I love it. So what did you want to be when you were a kid? Like what was your like I want to do this when I grow up?
Honestly, it changed. I think everybody went through the marine biologist stage. I feel like
Sure.
everybody has wanted to be a marine biologist. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's maybe just an Australian thing, but I wanted to do that and go into shark research. Because yeah, so sharks are my favorite animal, which is
That's
really left
cool.
field. But I wanted to be a shark researcher when I was
Yeah.
little, and then I grew up and then I wanted to be a forensic anthropologist and I wanted to work in a morgue and I wanted to do death care sort of stuff because I feel like that's not really explored in mainstream society. Like we look at care in a lot of different aspects, but when people were dying, I'm like, that's something I could do.
hmm
And then somehow, don't know, needed a job, ended up as an early childhood teacher. So that's what I do. Yeah.
Just something else that not very many people want to do.
Yeah, it definitely is not for everybody. I will say that right now. It's not for everybody.
But you do a
Like
darn
some
good
of the
job.
stories that I have shared are out the gate.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Kids are wild, man. They're wild.
Oh, yes.
And they will
Yes. And they
say
just
the
sort of
funniest
say
stuff.
anything that comes to their head. They'll do anything that comes to their head, and you're just like, how are you
Why?
still here right now?
Right. Yeah. Uh Dee, do you have anything for Willa?
I do. So, what's a hidden talent, passion, or quirky habit you have that people may not know about?
I love to learn. I really actually love to
Clearly.
learn. So I have about 5 or 6 degrees behind me.
Dude, she's Superwoman. She's
Yeah.
Superwoman.
Yeah. So
So
my first degree was actually in linguistics. So I'm a qualified linguist primarily. Um, but then I just started collecting things, you know. Well, not collecting things, collecting certificates, I guess, is a word.
collecting knowledge. You weren't you
Yeah, I
weren't
just
you weren't doing it just to do
She
it. You were doing it because you enjoy learning, right?
she leveled
yeah, and
leveled up, leveled up, leveled up.
yeah, I just want to know about different things. So, like, one of my special interests is money, right? So, if my husband wants to sort of placate me and make me feel like if I'm starting to spiral, he's got this box of coins that he just throws coins in. And if I'm starting to like go crazy, he'll come out with this box and he's like, "Here you go." Because he knows that I'm going to count them all and then put them into denominations and then like stack them in certain
I love
and
that.
it's crazy, but it works every time. I'm not even joking.
That's
But
so
like, I wanted to do
cute.
that. So it's just a box of coins, and it's just that's his thing,
But that's
and I
the
love
same
it.
thing as any coping mechanism that that a therapist will give you where you're counting or you're,
Yeah,
noticing things or feeling things. It's the same thing. It's just giving your mind something else to focus on, and that's
yeah, exactly, and it always works. But
yeah.
like, that's one of my special interests. So then I went and got a financial advice degree. So now I can give financial advice. And then I got a mortgage brokering degree. So I can broker mortgages for people and I can do beauty therapy and I can teach. And like, when I actually think about it, it seems ridiculous.
No, it
It
is
just seems
not.
No.
ridiculous.
It's
And then obviously
BA.
now I just add author to that.
Why not? Nothing's stopping you.
No.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, girl.
That's crazy. I mean, you should be proud though. The more that all that does is just give you more things to write about and more knowledge
Hmm.
to use when you make stories and when you think of things. So like, how many ideas do you just have like running around your head at all times for books?
Oh, a lot, a lot. So I've got 2 notebooks that I carry with me all the time. And if I don't have them, then I carry my phone and I just make voice notes.
Mm-hmm.
And the ideas are pretty much always the character and how it's going to end. And that's it. Sorry, my husband's creeping in the house.
You're okay.
That's adorable.
Is he done? Is he done building your shelves?
I'm not sure. Potentially. We'll go out and see later.
Yeah.
That
We
means
need
that
a
I've got to then move the books out of the way to get the shelf in somehow.
yeah. We're gonna need a shelf tour later
Yeah.
on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Yes. Heck yeah.
I love it. Well, so you've got the next book coming out in June, and then do you have anything planned after that, or are you kind of leaving it up in the air? Like, where do you think you're gonna go?
So the next one that is up for pre-order is Bitter Sacrament, which is the one that you've read.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's
Yes.
the one I
So
saw. Yeah.
that's not connected to Ashspire.
Okay.
So I'm currently writing book 2 of Ashspire now. Yes, and that one follows a different elder aspect.
Okay.
Yes. So in total, there are 12 outer aspects in this whole world, which were also brought on from being in New Zealand and being in a Māori worldview. There's different, they're called atua, which are just higher beings, but there's different ones for every single part of the world. So there's one for the sky, the earth, the ocean, war. There is one for volcanoes and magma and fire. And I really love that idea. So in my world, there's 12, and they go from the cosmos to the cold to lava, The next one is he's the elder aspect of the moon. So he ties in with that, and he ties in with obviously how the lunar cycle happens and the lunar cycle impacts the tides and things like that. So that story is his, and that is hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be coming out at the end of the year. And there is a 26,000 word novella that I have written that includes the backstory and more of the politics of the Elder Aspects Council. So it starts with Sindrath's trial, which is in Ashspire partly, and then it moves to what happens when Seraphina gets tried, which is in Ashspire. So she goes into a trial with another elder aspect, and in this novella, they explain what happens outside of that. So everybody else's conversations and what they're talking about while she's dealing with something. And then it's the fallout afterwards. So at the end of Ashspire, Sindrath makes a choice. And then at the end of this novella, they explain sort of what that choice has led to for them. So that's coming out in October. I do have that one set for October. And then, yeah, Bitter Sacrament obviously is a dark gothic love story. And that one is nearly completely done. So that'll be out in June. And that is also part of another series that I have decided to write around. It's called the Death Keeper's Chronicles. So it's all different aspects of death and the way that the different cultures have interpreted death and things like that. So yeah, that one goes through quite a few. There's, I mean, obviously, Bitter Sacrament is sin eating, so that's more of Christianity sort of exploration. Mm-hmm. I've got ones that are set up for ancient Egypt, and I've got sort of like the weighing of the heart ceremony in one. I've got another one that explores the Black Plague. Like, I've just, yeah, they're all go right now.
Willa. I don't believe you when you tell me that you literally just was like, I saw an article and I decided to write a book. I mean, you have these stories. How long have you had these stories in your head?
So Bitter Sacrament, I mean, I wrote the book in 15 days, but the thought came to me maybe 3 weeks earlier. And then I just started Googling.
So to me, it sounds like you just literally gave yourself permission to open this gate that you weren't even looking into this part of your brain. And then you decided to let yourself do this. And then all of those things were just already there and they're just flooding out of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically. So, yeah, I was watching TV randomly with my husband and I just had this thought and then I was like, well, let's just Google that real quick. So I started Googling and that led to a deep dive. And then next minute I've got my other journal out and I'm writing all of these little notes down and then I'm like, oh, and this is going to be the next book and the next book and the next book and the next book. And then, yeah, I just sat down at my computer. I light my incense, I turn some music on and everything just drowns out. And all of a sudden it's like, take me there, and then off I go.
It just blossoms.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and then it just spirals, and then everything. I mean, I've had stories that have come to my head when I'm driving to work, you know, and my commute playlist is on, and there'll be a song coming, and I'll either feel something or there will be a line in a song, and it just sparks something, and you're like, what if? You know, and then it's, oh, I quickly got to write that down before it disappears out of my brain. But it always starts with that sort of what if moment. What if this happened? Or, you know, what if I wrote a female fighter that just is able to stand up on her own 2 feet? And then now I've got this other one and they're crazy. They're crazy.
That's so incredible to me. It's so incredible to me because I don't have that ability. Like and I'm not saying that is something bad about I don't have that imagination, that story crafting ability. Like things don't come to me that way. And so that's always just like Dee will tell me like, oh, I just thought of this, or I heard this song and it made me, and I'm just like, when I hear a song, I just sing. Like I don't, what? you know.
Yeah, I
But
don't know if
I mean,
it's from, you know.
I love it. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love doing these things and talking to authors and talking to artists and anyone who puts art out in the world, because it is, I think that the people who do it sometimes, because it does come so naturally to them and it is such a part of them, I don't think they realize how special it is and what a gift it truly is, because there are people like me who literally just are like, no, I could never do that. And I,
Yeah,
again, it's not knocking myself, it's not saying that I'm dumb or anything. I'm just saying I know that that's not something that I could do. There are lots of things that I can do, but that is not one of them. And so I think, like you said, it's hard to see the forest for the trees sometimes and see how special those talents are when they come so naturally to you as a person.
yeah, I
Um,
think as well, part of it is like 4 or 5 years ago, I probably would never have considered it. But I think
mhm,
for me, the idea is that creativity breeds creativity. So
100%.
when you get into one, then you start picking up different things. And
It's
I mean,
true.
I work with children, so for 8 hours a day, I pretty much all I want to do is build volcanoes in the sandpit, and I want to run through the trees and just make up these stories about monsters that are chasing us. And we draw anything that comes to our head. And I think that not forgetting that sort of childlike wonder of the world helps you
Absolutely.
to then go, okay, well, yeah, so then this could happen and then this could happen. And it just, yeah, it all just kind of compounds, I suppose,
I
which
completely
is
agree.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's a matter of allowing yourself to explore those things. I think, where some people might think that that's not something worth exploring or it's not something worth putting their time into, they can just kind of lock that away and just go, well, that's, it's not really something that's not going to make me any money, or that's not going to do this, or not going to serve me in the way that I think it needs to. But you were open to it, it came to you, and so you decided, yeah, why not? Why the hell not? Let's just fucking do it,
Yeah.
and
Just, I
yeah, I
mean,
love
like,
that.
I just started writing and I was like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Like, seriously, if I write a book, it's not like The Mummy where I'm going to get this 10,000-year-old bloody thing chasing me. Like, if I write the book, then I don't have to release it.
Yeah.
But what's the worst that happens if you do?
Yeah.
So
No,
just
absolutely.
do the book.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And who wants all this stuff just clogging their brain and sitting up there and not getting out? You got to get it out, somehow.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
Oh
being able
man.
to have that freedom to do either writing or like how you're doing, Kim, with all of these wonderful podcasts. So being able to do those things, it's almost like a freeing feeling to jump off that bridge and be like, let's do
Yeah,
it.
it really is. It really is. Like I said, yeah, that's like I said. I'm not saying that there aren't things that I can do, but that's not something that's in my wheelhouse. There are things that I love to do, like this, that absolutely feed that creativity in me. But um,
Mm.
yeah, I that is not in my wheelhouse whatsoever. And that's why Dee's here to help me with all of the author author minutia that I know nothing about. So so yeah, it's just not, yeah, it's not in my brain. But talk to me about science or whatever you like, or whatever, I'm good. But yeah,
Yeah.
writing is not
But
my
I mean,
thing.
you guys have been going off, honestly. Like just seeing week by, or every time you guys post stuff, and just the people that get really into it, and it's just, I've started talking to new authors that I've started meeting. Obviously, being in this circle, I'm like, you've got to actually come on here and talk to these people, because, like, yeah, you guys are amazing, and it's just you guys are doing the thing. And
Right?
that's it, isn't it? Like you just
Right?
decide,
You just do
I'm
it.
gonna try, and then it happens.
Yeah.
You're the
And
horse.
then this really amazing community just kind of like takes you in and gives you a big hug and says,
Yeah.
yeah, we're here, and um that's that's part of it, and it's everyone is helping everyone. Everyone is giving each other advice. Everyone is here to, trade secrets or there's no
Hmm.
gatekeeping, and so I think that's one of the reasons why this is so special is because it just showcases that and the fact that this community is so giving to its members and is so welcoming to people. So, hey, Nicole. Nicole is one of those authors. She's amazing. She absolutely gives back to so many indie authors. And I love this community and I love the things that I've learned just by being here doing this.
Hmm.
Baby, you're fine. You're fine. I didn't even know you did. I didn't even notice. But yeah, it's hi. I'm just talking good about you, Nicole. I'm talking about how much you guys give back to the community. I mean, like they had their little live and they met their Kickstarter the other day, which I was so happy for them. And
Yay!
yeah, big
Heck
deal.
yeah.
And they gave away like editing services and uh book
Aww.
cover artists
Oh.
and character art to indie authors, and they give back as much as they receive, and I just think that's exactly what this community is about. um
Hmm.
Heck yeah.
nothing is nothing is transactional. You don't do it for that reason, but it always comes back to you in some way.
Yeah.
So whether that way only be experience, whatever it is, it always comes back to you.
Heck
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm so glad that we had you on and that we met you, and I'm so glad that Dee suggested that we talk to you because I am amazed by your brain.
Oh,
Um
thank you.
yeah, no, really. Like I said, these are things that you guys are used to, like, because you talk to each other and you all have these ideas just constantly floating around in your head and you're bouncing ideas off each other and you're and it's just normal for y'all. But for me, I'm just like, it's amazing, the things that you guys come up with and that just come out of your brains. So I'm constantly in awe of the stories that you guys come up with. So that's just me.
Freaking love
Thanks.
y'all. And that's the other cool thing is like the book community brings people all over the world literally together. It's
Hmm.
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah, when would I ever meet or talk to someone on a Friday night in New Zealand? Never.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, like I said, we're a tiny little country that was geographically isolated from the rest of the world. We're 5 million people. Like, it's
And
just the odds are so slim.
and not only did we do this and we had a good time, but I learned things that I didn't know. I didn't know about the culture that you were talking about as the basis for your book. A lot of things I didn't know. And so I love learning too. I don't collect diplomas, but I love learning.
It's very niche, okay? My interest is very, very niche.
But I do love to learn, and I do love learning about, especially about other people's cultures and what fuels their creativity. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
really
I
neat.
think I'm just very blessed to live in this country. Like, we have what, 20 to 25% of the entire country is populated with residential properties. The rest of it is just natural. Like, there's so many forests, and I know that you guys do miles, but in New Zealand, you're never further than 120 k's from a beach. Like, that's the furthest inland you can
Wow.
get. So there's just, and we don't have bears or snakes or like poisonous animals or anything like that. Like, so it's just when you come here and then you just go out, you disconnect from the world, you go out, and there's just so much stuff that happens when you just sit by the river on a rock or something, you just think about something, it's like, well, what if? And then that,
Yeah.
yeah, it just
New
I
sparks,
Zealand
love that.
It's just,
definitely definitely is one of those bucket list places for a lot of people I know, especially after all the Lord of the Rings and films and everything
Oh,
that became like this like oasis for everyone. It's like I just want to go to New Zealand.
yeah.
So
Yes, and if you do
Yes.
come here, definitely go to Hobbiton. I went to
yeah.
Hobbiton last year for my birthday. My husband took me, and I cried. Like I cried so much. I think I cried like 8 times, and then my husband
Yeah.
would just look at me and he'd be like, "Oh my." And I'm like, I can't stop. I love it. Like, yeah, it's definitely, I think if you can come here, if you can afford to get the flight here, because it is expensive,
Yeah.
especially with, the fuel things that are happening. But if you can, like, definitely come. I feel like it unlocks a part of you.
Oh, heck
I
yeah.
Yeah.
don't know.
Ah, okay. Well, Dee, do you have anything else
I do
for Miss
not.
Willa?
Thank you for coming on our show and congrats on your debut novel. I can't wait for
Thank
more.
you.
You are
Thank
fabulous.
you.
Willa, you are fabulous, and I'm so glad that I met you. And I was not ready for how interested I am in everything that you are coming out with. So very excited. Um, very excited for what you have coming out. Nicole says
Oh, well,
congratulations,
thank
and
you both for
definitely.
inviting me.
No,
Hell yeah.
no, definitely. We're gonna definitely have to do this again whenever book 2 comes out. And,
Mhm.
we're gonna get you out there as much as we possibly can. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. This is actually my first time doing this. So I spoke to Dee this morning. I was like, I'm actually kind of nervous. And like,
you
I
did
was
great.
trying to have a game plan of like what was going to happen. No, it's all good.
No, you did great.
She'll be right.
No, and me and Dee are very easygoing. We don't, we just want to have a good time. We want to be conversational. We want to just have a chat. Like it's very low
It's like a
key here.
sleepover.
It's like yeah, exactly, exactly. It's very low key here. So yeah, I'm glad that you were comfortable and that now maybe you won't be nervous. So if someone else asks you to come do a show, you'll be like, yeah, maybe.
I'll probably be like, is Dee going to be there? Because if not, no.
I'll be
I
your
tell you what.
emotional support person.
There you go. Yeah, say yes.
I
I will
got
have to bring
you.
my emotional support author along with me, but yes, I'll be there.
Yes.
So, Dee, I just saw the email. I guess we're gonna have is it Evelyn on Tuesday?
Yep, Evelyn on Tuesday.
Evelyn Montgomery on Tuesday. So that's gonna be cool. And I gotta get ready for that. So,
Awesome.
oh yes, Nicole and
Yes.
Cedar, they are amazing, Willa. Yeah, follow them. Nicole Lenz and Cedar James. They are really
Okay.
great. They're really sweet, and you'll love them. They're
They
Texas
said they
girls like
got your name
me.
down.
They're Texas girls like me, so we have to stick together. So, all right,
Yes.
guys. Well, I love y'all, and I'm so happy to have met you, Willa. And I can't wait to read Ashspire and then everything else that you do. So
Thank you.
super
Thank you for
excited.
having me.
Yes.
It was a blast. It was honestly a
Yeah,
blast.
Heck
thanks for
yeah.
suggesting it, Dee.
Of
All right,
course.
well,
Love you
everybody have a
guys.
good. If you, I guess if you celebrate Easter, have a good Easter. Happy
Mm-hmm.
everything, and we'll see you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
babies.
Love you guys.
Love you.